The sun spilled through the tall windows of the Harborview Café, stretching long, bright stripes across the wooden floor. But even in all that warm light, 19-year-old Alina Rojas felt like a small shadow slipping between tables. She moved quietly, carefully balancing trays of lemon tarts and steaming cups of chai, silently praying she wouldn't make a mistake today. Her life already felt heavy enough, and she didn't need another reason for her manager to scold her. But what she didn't know, what no one in the cafe knew, was that this ordinary morning, with its steady hum of customers and clinking dishes, was about to become the moment that changed everything, because the most powerful family in the city had just walked in, and with them a truth Alina had spent years hiding, and in the next few minutes, the shy girl everyone overlooked would shock the entire room with something beautiful, pure, and unforgettable. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the beauty of unexpected moments, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Letters from the Heart to support more stories just like this. Alina steadied her breath and tucked a loose strand of hair behind her ear as the door chimed. 3 people entered, stylishly dressed, confident, the kind who carried the casual ease of wealth. The tallest among them stood out immediately. He wore a charcoal suit that somehow looked natural, even in a cafe, and his presence drew quiet stares. She didn't know his name, but she had seen him once on a billboard for a tech charity foundation. His mother walked beside him, wrapped in a pastel shawl that fluttered lightly in the morning breeze. There was a softness to her eyes, but a sort of distance too, like someone listening to a world only she understood. Alina handed a receipt back to an elderly man and turned to pick up a cloth to wipe the next table, trying to ignore the pounding in her chest. Wealthy customers made her anxious. Wealthy customers often came with expectations. Expectations usually led to complaints. Complaints led to warnings. And warnings, well, she was already on thin ice. Between caring for her younger brother, juggling double shifts and saving for his school supplies, she couldn't afford losing this job. Not now, not ever. But fate stepped into her path before fear could push her away. Her manager signaled to her sharply from the counter and nodded toward the new guests. Alina swallowed hard. She wished someone else could take the table, but wishes weren't luxuries she possessed. She smoothed her apron, steadied her trembling hands, and walked toward them. As she approached, the billionaire's mother lifted her head. Her eyes landed on Alina's face, then on her lips, then her hands. The tilt of her head, the searching in her expression, it was the look of someone trying to read sound she could not hear, and in an instant, Alina recognized the familiar searching expression of someone deaf. Her steps slowed. A tremor of recognition rippled through her chest, a feeling that reached far deeper than surprise. Memories of long nights spent communicating in gestures, of learning to sign to help the one person who had ever truly needed her, surged inside her. But she forced the memories back. This moment wasn't about her past. This was about respect, about making sure this woman felt seen. Without thinking, without hesitation, Alina shifted the tray to her left hand, lifted her right hand, and greeted her in fluid, graceful sign language. The woman's eyes widened, the faint distance in them vanishing instantly. Her face softened, lit with sudden warmth and delight, and for the first time since entering the cafe, she smiled, fully, sincerely. Her son froze mid-movement, eyebrows shooting upward as though he couldn't trust what he was seeing. People at neighboring tables paused, staring at the unexpected communication unfolding between the shy waitress and the billionaire's mother. But Alina didn't care about them. The moment felt private, sacred even, like speaking to someone in their heart's native tongue. She signed slowly and gently that she hoped the woman was having a peaceful morning and that she would be glad to serve anything she wished. The billionaire's mother responded with quick, excited hands, asking her name, telling her she appreciated the effort, explaining she wasn't used to being directly spoken to by staff. Most people didn't know how. Most people didn't try. Alina signed her name, cheeks warming. The woman introduced herself as Mireia, glowing with gratitude. Her son leaned in, eyes darting between them, as if trying to piece together the conversation. He looked both impressed and embarrassed, not by his mother, but by himself, by the fact that he had never bothered to learn what this quiet waitress seemed to know so naturally. When Alina walked away to get their order, whispers trailed behind her. She felt them, heavy as fingers on her shoulders. Her co-workers stared, jaws slightly open. Some were surprised, others curious, a few unsettled. It wasn't every day the quiet girl no one noticed suddenly revealed another version of herself, one fluent, confident, and unexpectedly gifted. But behind Alina's calm surface, a storm churned. She hadn't used sign language publicly since her father's accident, since life fractured and left responsibilities crushing her from all sides. She had given up college dreams to work long shifts and take care of her little brother Matteo, after losing both parents unexpectedly. The sign language she once used daily had slowly become something buried, tucked away with old grief. But today, for the first time in years, she had brought it back into the light. When she returned to the table with their tea and pastries, the billionaire's son rose slightly from his chair. He thanked her, his voice low but sincere. His name, he told her, was Arion Voss. He explained that his mother often felt isolated in public spaces because not everyone made an effort to reach her world. He thanked Alina again, this time with visible emotion. She nodded, too shy to trust her voice, and set down their cups with delicate care. The cafe remained bustling, but the energy felt different now. Customers smiled at Alina with newfound admiration. Even her manager seemed unusually quiet, as though recalculating the value of the girl he had always underestimated. Yet admiration didn't solve real-life struggles. And those struggles returned full force the moment Alina checked her phone during a short break. There were 3 missed calls from her brother's school and a message from her landlord reminding her that rent was overdue. The weight settled heavily over her. For a moment she stood rigid in the hallway, breathing shallowly, gripping her apron to steady herself. She didn't want to cry, not here, not in front of people she served daily. But life didn't wait for breakdowns. Her shift wasn't over. She inhaled deeply, wiped under her eyes, and returned to work. When Arion and his mother finished their meal, Alina approached with their bill. But instead of handing her a credit card, Arion asked if she had a few moments to spare after her shift. Panic clenched her stomach. Wealthy people didn't ask to talk unless something was wrong. Was he upset? Did she overstep? Did she make a mistake? She apologized softly, explaining she needed to rush home after work to care for her younger brother. But before she could walk away, Mireia signed something gently. Arion translated out loud. His mother wanted Alina to know she admired her strength. The words hit like a warm wave. Strength. She hadn't felt strong in a very long time. When they left, Alina expected that to be the end. A moment of kindness and connection, gone as quickly as it came. People like them didn't stay in the orbit of people like her. But she was wrong. 2 days later, Arion returned, this time alone. He asked for a seat in Alina's section. He watched her work, quietly, respectfully, waiting for a moment she wasn't overwhelmed. When she approached his table, he explained that he wanted to repay the kindness she had shown his mother, not with money but with opportunity. He told her that the Voss Foundation ran language outreach programs for children with disabilities. He had spoken about her to the board, and they were interested in hiring a part-time assistant fluent in sign language. The hours were flexible. The pay was double what she earned at the cafe, and there were scholarships available should she ever want to return to her interrupted education. Alina went still. Her throat tightened painfully. Opportunities like this didn't fall from the sky. They didn't land in the laps of girls who spent their lives cleaning tables. They didn't find people who struggled to pay rent, who carried burdens quietly so as not to burden anyone else. But here it was, offered to her gently, respectfully, sincerely.